All right, hey folks, everything doing? So a quick video here. This is another Zero Hedge article. This is actually coming from shtfplan.com, the author of this one. New data shows Yellowstone Supervolcano strained magma chamber under immense pressure. God destroyed the earth once with water, and he's going to destroy it again with fire. And so to me, it would make sense that all the volcanoes, the ring of fire, these were all building up pressure, all ready to blow, to spew hot lava and ash around the world. And we know that the sun and the moon will go dark, and that is likely from ash of volcanoes erupting. So all the end time prophetic events, the wrath of God, all these things provide pictures of what appear to be basically the results of volcanic eruptions, among other things. But according to a group of seismologists who are monitoring their potential catastrophic supervolcano, Yellowstone is under strain. And if God's going to wipe out the earth to get rid of all the sin and kind of get a clean slate, supervolcanoes erupting would definitely do that, raining down ash, fire, and brimstone on all the surrounding area. And Yellowstone is so massive, it would wipe out, it would probably go a long ways to creating a clean slate in North America, to be sure. Well, experts were alerted to the volcano strain after noticing deformation, this process where the subsurface rocks subtly change shapes. And it's occurring beneath the surface of Yellowstone right now. The deformation occurs when there's a change in the amount of pressure in the magma chamber, and experts are keeping an eye on the development. So, this is an active volcano, active volcano, and it's building up. Seismologists from UNAVCO, a non-profit university-governed consortium, are using global positioning systems, borehole tilt meters, and borehole strain meters to measure minute changes in deformation. David Menson and Glenn Mattioli, geodesists with the UNAVCO, say the strain is larger than would be expected if the crust under volcano was completely solid. So they're seeing movement, and if the crust is, basically they're saying that the crust is moving, it's broken up, how much more pressure before it just completely lets loose. Well, these independent observations agree with other instruments at Yellowstone, like seismometers, that indicate a zone of semi-molten rock starting about 3 miles. It's only 3 miles below the surface. The term semi-molten is used because the entire zone contains between 5 to 15% liquid rock that occupies small pockets. The scientists want to assure the public that these observations are no cause for alarm. Of course, they're going to say that. Of course, they're always going to say that, says Joseph. It's about 700,000 years ago. They say when it erupted. I would say it probably erupted about 4,000 years ago. You got to ask, how are they getting that date? What are they dating? They can't. How are they getting that date, basically? And there's a whole bunch of assumptions with the whole dating of anything, fossils, rocks, etc. There's assumptions there about everything. So here we are, Yellowstone yet again thrust into the news because of some of this data coming in. So it's significant. If Yellowstone were to erupt, 87,000 people would be killed immediately, and 2/3 of the U.S. would be instantly made uninhabitable. There you go. And he finishes off here. Is this a cause for alarm? Maybe, maybe not. But it's interesting, this new Yellowstone information is coinciding with news that a pole reversal is near. I've done some videos about that. The ring of fire is waking up. I've done videos about that. And the sun is approaching solar minimum. I've done a video about that. And which could cause a mini ice age. So all these things coming together, you can see that the earth is kind of, it's stretching, exercising, getting ready for the last days, stuff that's going to occur, the end time wrath of God that's going to come upon the earth. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing here. And again, I said it in the last video. I look at these these stories, and by themselves they don't say necessarily that the Lord's going to return soon. But you add all these things up together, and you can see significant indication that things are building. The pressure's building in terms of Bible prophecy in the world. We are getting close to the return of the Lord, and all these things add to that. All these things, God's going to use the natural things of the earth, and I believe He's going to use the volcanoes of the earth to rain down fire and brimstone on the inhabitants of the earth, at that time during the wrath of God, which the saints won't be around for, because we aren't going to be included in the wrath of God. Jesus took our sin. He took our wrath on the cross. He died for our sin about 2,000 years ago. If you want to know Jesus Christ, all you got to do is ask him into your heart. Tell him that you're a sinner. Speak to him out loud and ask him to come and save you. He's coming soon. He's going to deal with the world. And I think this is one more indication that he's coming soon.